You are listening to the Profitable Content Creator Podcast. This is the place where content creators come to learn how to create profitable content that positions themselves as an authority and grows their online businesses. Get ready to take your content to a whole new level with your host, Kristen Poborski.
The online course industry is expected to grow by about $38 billion between now and 2024. That's a lot. So if you're thinking that now's the time that you want to create an online course, you're right, because there is a lot of opportunity for online course creators. So most people make the mistake of thinking that they've got to create all this content, all these handouts, things like that, and they're just wasting a lot of time and energy putting into course creation when they don't need to. They instead need to go the simple route. So I'm here to share with you the step-by-step, simple route to getting your course created fast. So let me give you a sneak peek of what I'm going to cover today, so that you can kind of get an idea what I'm going to talk about. How to pick your topic. Number 2, researching your competitors, coming up with a title. That's step number 3. Step number 4, you got to price your course, right? Then you're going to create your course outline. After that, you want to create your course materials, record it, and then you can put it on your course delivery, okay? So you'll want to stay with me for the very end, because I'm going to answer 2 questions that I get asked all the time. 1, what are the tools that I need to create my online course? And how do I create my first course for free? So stay tuned, that's at the end. But before I dive into today's topic, I just want to give you a quick intro for those of you who do not know who I am. I'm Kristen Poborski, and I help coaches, healers, life and business coaches dial in their content plan and their course plan content so that they can create content and courses that help them get more clients and scale their businesses so that they don't have to work so hard, okay? So I've been working with clients. I'm just going to give you a little more of my backstory since 2014. So I have seen the course industry change a lot from the days of we didn't have cameras. It wasn't so cheap to create a course online. We didn't even have online course platforms. So it was like as simple as people would just get on these free calls, record them. Everything was audio with a couple handouts. Nothing like it is today. And I'll bet there is even more to come as we progress in the course industry, because there's still a lot of people out there creating fabulous platforms for course creators. So grab a piece of paper and pen before I jump into everything, because you're going to want to take notes today of these steps so that you can implement them and use them right away to get your first or second or third course up fast. So this is for you if you're a first-time course creator, or you've spent 6 months or longer, or even 3 months. That's just too long to get a course out of your brain and into life. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do, and this is so important, especially if you want your course to sell, is to pick a topic. But not just any topic. You need to pick a profitable topic. One that you know about and that you've had experience with. Even better if you've done it for clients and you've gotten results, because then you know that it's a profitable idea, right? That is the key. If you've been able to sell it as a service, turn it into a course. A lot of coaches will come to me and they will turn their coaching program into a mini course, and then they add coaching with it, so that they don't have to repeat themselves in the teaching every single week when they've got a new client. So they can then just use their coaching time for straight coaching and answering questions on the training. Isn't that brilliant? I know, I love that one. So once you got that down, what you want to do, step 2, is to research your competitors. This is great. You want to pick 3 to 5 people, Go research, see what they've named their course, take notes, look at their course outline. You can learn a lot from that, right? Now, you don't want to copy what they're doing, but you want to look and see and compare what you're doing to theirs and see if you're missing something or if they're missing something that you can do better, right? That's why you do this stuff, right? And you also want to see what they're pricing their courses at so that you can get a feel of what's out there. So when you go to price your course, you don't underprice it. Okay, so once you've got that, you're going to come up with your title for your course because you already kind of know what you're doing, right? So just pick a title, just a working title, start there and just write that down. Then you'll want to price your course. Again, this is just a working number. You may decide once you get your course all done, you want to put more make it a higher price. You just never know. One of my favorite prices that I've used, and I'm just going to give you as an example, I underpriced my course, the one that didn't sell, that I still have out there and that I've sold at like $347. But then when I renamed it, revamped it with a better name and a better pitch and all of that, I repriced it to $997 with a $97 a month payment plan. So there's a tip for you. Do not underprice your course, right? You never know, but you definitely want a payment plan, but the higher the price and the lower the payment plan, that's a good combo. So I would say $997 is a great number to go with a $97 a month payment plan for 12 months. Okay, so once you've got that, then you're ready to create your course outline. This is one of my favorite things that I like to teach in my Smart Simple Courses That Sell program. I teach it all the time, and this is using my course milestone framework. And I teach you how to put your, you just start out with the milestones of what it takes to get to the end point, and then you do your steps to get to each milestone. I know it might sound confusing, and I've got you covered there because I've got a freebie down below where I take you through the training on how to create your course milestone. So if you're interested for some help with that, the link's down below and you can sign up and get my little mini training, including all the workbooks and everything you need to go with it. And it's real short. You can get it done in less than 30 minutes. All right. So once you've got your course outline, you're ready to create your first course materials, right? So you can kind of do this interchangeably with the next step, and I'm going to just jump there right now. That is recording your content. So you can kind of do those. If you want to record your content and then create your course materials after that, you can do that too. But what I suggest you do when you're creating your course materials, I love templates. Templates are my friend, and I have templates for people who are in my course, and I give it to them. It saves them a lot of time. So this is a huge time saver. If you make a list of all of the pieces of content that you need, like the workbooks, do you need a plug and play template, checklists, things like that. Just go make a template, and then you've got it all right there. And then you can just create the pieces as you create your content for each of your modules. That is a game saver or time saver when you do it that way. It makes such a difference. My students love it when I teach that to them and I give them these templates that they can customize and use for their own content, and then they could just batch it all at once they've got all the recording. I like to do that because sometimes when I'm recording my content, I might decide, oh my gosh, now I need this, now I need that. Or I might find when I'm working with my client, my students in my program, I need to create a new resource to go with stuff that I've already created, and I've got the template all there, and it saves me so much time. The other thing I want you to know is when you're creating those materials, don't make them these fancy things with graphics all throughout. Make it simple, easy, save your time, just do a nice cover graphic and you're done, right? I do that. I don't waste my time on fancy graphic-y stuff, save that for people that have huge teams making zillions of dollars. But even if I was making $1 zillion on my programs, I still wouldn't do it that way. I like to keep things simple. And it just makes it easier for your students, and they print it. They don't have to waste a lot of ink on it too. So they'll thank you as well. And it makes it that much easier if you need to update something. Okay, so once you've got your templates done, and you may have a few workbooks and things like that done, record your content, okay? And then you may want to go back and change things based on recording your content. And then once you've got your content all recorded, now's the time to put it into your course platform. It could be as simple as your WordPress site, or it could be a platform such as Kajabi. I personally use Kartra or Teachable. I've tried that too before, but I needed an all-in-one solution. So I highly recommend Kartra. So, and I've got that resource down there right in the links for you if you want to check it out. Okay, so now you know how to create a course fast. So step number 1, pick a topic, a profitable topic for your course. Step number 2, go out and research your competitors, because you're gonna get a lot of ideas. It's gonna get your brain all working. Then you want to name your course. And then once you're done naming your course, and again, you can always go back and change it. You want to price your course, just pick a price. And you already know what I've suggested, something with a payment plan and not too low. Then after that, you're going to create your outline. And when you're done creating your outline, create your course materials, or flip-flop it, record your content, or kind of do it module by module, do those two together, whatever works for you, and then put it into your course platform. So now you know, you got everything there, right there to do that. And again, don't forget, I've got that link right below. If you need help creating your course outline, I've got a free training. It'll help you get it all out of your brain and onto paper, your course outline in 30 minutes or less. So go check it out. Okay, so let's dive into today's question, the first one, of what tools do I need to create a course? Okay, let me tell you my list. I'm gonna just double check that I've got everything and I don't miss something. Okay, so of course you need your website. You need it no matter what, if you're gonna have a platform or you're gonna host it on your site. That's what I say, because if you're gonna launch your course, you need content on your course. You need to look like a real person who has a real business, so that you can build that know, like, and trust with your audience. Okay, so you definitely need a website. If you're further along in your business and you got money to spend, then a course platform such as Teachable, Kajabi, or Kartra. And there's a lot of other ones out there too that are really great, but those are the 3 that I highly recommend. And I would pick Kajabi or Kartra. Kartra is my number 1 because I use it and it's an all-in-one thing. It does everything in one place. Same with Kajabi. So those would be my 2 choices if you were looking for an all-in-one solution. All right. So the next thing you're going to need is a Canva account. And that's so that you can create beautiful cover graphics and things like that, course images, thumbnails for your videos. If you want that, you definitely need a Canva account. I use mine all the time. The other thing that I always use is a Google account, because that's where I keep all of my documents, my workbooks, and things like that. I have a simple template that I use over and over again for all of my course materials, and I save the graphics just for the cover, and it saves me incredible amount of time. All right, what else? You need a phone. Like I am videoing my content here on my iPhone. I highly suggest you do that instead of using a Zoom or something else like that, because the quality is going to be so much better and you don't want to have to go back and do it again, right? So the other thing I like to use is I like to screen share. So I use Loom, which is a free tool that you can get, and you can record your screen. Now you can also record your screen using Zoom. That's great too. But I feel like Loom is easier to use and you get really good quality. And I use it all the time when I'm doing how-to videos. Okay, and that's pretty much it. That's the list. That's about about 7 things that you need. That's all you need. So let's, and again, if you are interested in help in getting your course outline done, check the link below. I've got a free mini training where I'm going to walk you through my milestone framework where you can get your course outline done in 30 minutes or less. So if you need help, go down, grab that link, watch the training, and get it out of your head and onto paper. Okay, so let's go to question number 2. And this is a hugely popular question. Everyone seems to want to know, how do I create a course for free? And I'm here to tell you, I know this because this is how my clients and students start out building theirs. Because they don't have a lot of money and they don't want to invest a lot of money and time into something unless they know that their course is going to sell. And back in the old days, that's what people used. They used a free way to get their courses out. And there were people making millions of dollars with just free tools. And I bet there's still people doing that today. Okay, so what do you need for that? You need a WordPress site. You need a WordPress site or any other, I don't know enough about Wix or Squarespace if you can password protect pages on there, but if you can, you're in luck. You can use those too. All you need is a password protected page where you put your course content on. And then when someone signs up, you just send them an email with the link to that course. And if you need an email provider, I suggest using MailChimp because it's free and it's easy to start out with. And then the next thing you're going to need is a payment processor. And the great thing about the payment processors, you don't pay for it until you get a payment. So that's why you would want to use something like PayPal. I don't know what the charges are with Stripe, but that's another option too. But to open a PayPal account, you don't need to pay to have a PayPal account. So that's pretty much free until you pay a portion of your proceeds. So what else? Oh, Canva. Yep, Canva. As I mentioned before, that's one of the tools I use to create my courses, and it's free. So get a free one. And then last but not least, a Google Gmail account and your phone. It's not necessarily free, but you already have one. So why not use it to create your course? So there you have it in a nutshell. That's how you create a course for free. And if you need help getting your course outline done, grab the link below where I walk you through my mini training on how to create your course outline using my milestone framework in 30 minutes or less. So the link is below, and I hope you have a great day.
You've been listening to the Profitable Content Creator Podcast, where content creators go to learn how to take their content creation to the next level. If you love the Profitable Content Creator Podcast, we'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give us a review on iTunes. Until next time.